The love and hip-hop world is shaken again, and this time, the drama hits closer to home than ever before. Claressa Shields has just admitted to being in a relationship with Papoose, and the revelation has sent shockwaves through the cast, fans, and social media alike. But the biggest reactions aren't just online. They're real, raw, and captured for all to see. Remy Ma's response to this admission is nothing short of explosive, leaving everyone questioning loyalties, intentions, and the boundaries of trust. The tension is palpable, the emotions are high, and every word exchanged is loaded with unspoken history, jealousy, and confrontation. Fans have been speculating for weeks about Claressa and Papoose, and now the truth is out. But it comes with consequences that nobody expected. Will Remy Ma confront Claressa directly? How will Papoose respond to the scrutiny? And what does this mean for the already complicated dynamics of their friendships and relationships? This is more than just a scandal. It's a turning point that will redefine alliances, ignite fiery confrontations, and reveal secrets that could change everything for everyone involved. From stunned silence to emotional outbursts, from private conversations to public confrontations, this moment captures the intensity, raw emotion, and high stakes that keep fans glued to every episode. Prepare yourself for shocking confessions, dramatic reactions, and the fallout that promises to be unforgettable. The air in the Love and Hip Hop house was thick with anticipation. Rumors about Claressa Shields and Papoose had been swirling for weeks, whispered in hallways, shared in private chats, and analyzed endlessly by fans on social media. People speculated about secret meetings, text messages, and late-night calls. While most dismissed the chatter as typical reality TV drama, a few cast members were beginning to sense that something was seriously brewing behind the scenes. Claressa had been acting differently, more guarded, more thoughtful, and occasionally distracted, leaving those around her to wonder what was really going on. The breaking point came during a filmed session where the cast was gathered for a casual conversation. Claressa, usually reserved in front of the cameras, decided it was time to set the record straight. With a deep breath, she revealed to everyone that she had indeed been in a relationship with Papoose. The confession immediately stunned the room into silence. Even seasoned cast members, who had witnessed countless arguments, betrayals, and explosive confrontations over the years, struggled to process the weight of the revelation. Claressa's admission was direct, unapologetic, and raw, leaving no room for doubt about the truth. As the words hung in the air, all eyes turned to Remy Ma. Her reaction was instantaneous, a mixture of shock, disbelief, and barely contained anger. The cameras captured every subtle expression, the widening of her eyes, the tightening of her jaw, and the pause before she spoke, which seemed to stretch on forever. Remy Ma, a woman known for her fierce loyalty and unapologetic honesty, was visibly struggling to process the information. She had known Papoose for years, and the thought of someone she cared about being involved in a secret relationship with Claressa hit her harder than anyone could have anticipated. Claressa's admission didn't come lightly. She explained that the relationship had been complicated from the start, navigating boundaries, public perception, and the constant scrutiny that comes with being part of such a high-profile cast. She acknowledged the mistakes, the secrecy, and the tension it caused, but maintained that honesty in the present moment was the only way to move forward. Every word was carefully chosen, balancing vulnerability with strength, and giving viewers a glimpse into the emotional complexity of navigating personal relationships under public scrutiny. The room erupted almost immediately after the initial silence. Questions were fired at Claressa, some from genuine concern and curiosity, others fueled by skepticism and suspicion. The atmosphere became charged with tension as cast members tried to process the revelation in real time. Everyone had a stake in the unfolding drama, whether personal, emotional, or professional. Old loyalties were tested, alliances reevaluated, and friendships suddenly seemed fragile, as the truth forced everyone to reconsider what they thought they knew. Remy Ma's response escalated the situation further. She demanded clarity, asking pointed questions that touched on timing, intent, and the boundaries of the relationship. Claressa answered with honesty, yet the answers did little to calm the storm. The emotional intensity in the room was palpable. Remy Ma's emotions swung between hurt and rage, and the raw vulnerability on Claressa's face made the confrontation even more compelling. For the cameras and the viewers, it was a masterclass in reality TV tension, authentic, emotional, and impossible to look away from. Meanwhile, Papoose, who had been present during some of the conversations, attempted to mediate. He acknowledged his part in the relationship and tried to explain the complexities involved, but his explanations were met with skepticism and at times outright hostility. The love triangle, though unconventional, wasn't just about romantic entanglements. It was about trust, loyalty, and personal accountability. Each person involved had to navigate the fallout with care, knowing that every word, every gesture, and every interaction would be scrutinized both on camera and by millions of viewers online. The confrontation didn't stay confined to the room. As the episode aired, fans flooded social media with reactions. Clips of Claressa's admission and Remy Ma's explosive reaction went viral almost instantly. Hashtags trended, forums filled with debates, and reactions poured in from across the world. Audiences analyzed expressions, dissected tone, and speculated endlessly about what would happen next. The power of this moment lay not just in the revelation itself, but in the way it exposed human emotion, raw and unfiltered, to a global audience. Back in the house, emotions continued to run high. Conversations spilled into hallways, whispered debates echoed in private corners, and alliances subtly shifted. Those who had initially remained neutral began to take sides, forming opinions based on fragments of what they had witnessed. The weight of secrecy, betrayal, and disclosure hung over everyone, creating a charged environment that made every interaction tense and every word meaningful. Claressa's admission had not just revealed a secret, it had fundamentally altered the dynamics of the house. By the end of the evening, the initial shock had given way to reflection. Cast members who had been silent began to voice their thoughts, and the implications of Claressa's revelation started to sink in. For Remy Ma, the emotional processing had only just begun. The conversation with Claressa marked a turning point, a moment that would ripple through every relationship, challenge every alliance, and leave lasting impressions on everyone involved. The drama, tension, and emotional stakes of Claressa Shields' admission set the stage for what would become one of the most talked about moments in love and hip-hop history. Viewers were left anticipating the fallout, the confrontations yet to come, and the resolutions that might never fully satisfy the cast or the audience. This was more than a scandal. It was a profound exploration of trust, relationships, and the consequences of hidden truths in a world where privacy is scarce, emotions run deep, and every revelation is magnified for millions to witness. The day after Claressa Shields' shocking admission, the atmosphere in the Love and Hip Hop house was tense and fragile. The events of the previous night lingered like a storm cloud, casting shadows over every interaction. Conversations that would have been casual were now fraught with meaning, and even simple glances carried weight. Everyone was acutely aware that the revelation about Claressa and Papoose had permanently altered the dynamics within the house, and the consequences were only beginning to unfold. Remy Ma, still reeling from the initial shock, spent the morning processing the revelation. Known for her intense loyalty and fierce personality, she had a reputation for handling conflict head-on, but this situation tested even her resilience. She oscillated between anger, disbelief, and an almost protective concern for those she felt had been wronged by the secrecy. The cameras captured her quietly, reflecting in corners of the house, speaking to herself, and occasionally confiding in close allies. Fans could see the emotional weight she carried, as every expression spoke volumes about her struggle to reconcile the past with the present reality. Claressa, meanwhile, faced a different kind of pressure. Her decision to come clean had opened the floodgates, leaving her vulnerable to scrutiny, criticism, and judgment from both the cast and the public. She had to navigate the immediate aftermath, addressing questions and doubts while managing the complicated emotions swirling around her. Claressa knew that the truth she had revealed could not be taken back, and every word she spoke now carried the potential to either mend or further fracture relationships. She approached conversations with caution, aiming to explain, clarify, and maintain honesty without escalating tensions further. Papoose's position in the unfolding drama was uniquely complex. On one hand, he had personal relationships with multiple cast members, and on the other, his public image was under intense scrutiny. The revelation of his relationship with Claressa had implications not just for his personal life, but also for how fans and peers perceived him. He attempted to mediate conversations, provide context, and offer reassurance, but his presence often inadvertently intensified the tension. Every word he spoke was analyzed, every interaction noted, and every expression interpreted as a potential indicator of intent or remorse. As the day progressed, private discussions between cast members began to surface. Alliances that had been assumed stable were questioned, with some individuals taking sides while others remained cautious, preferring to observe before forming judgments. Trust, once implicit, had to be rebuilt from scratch, and many found themselves evaluating long-term friendships and relationships in light of the revelation. The confession had acted as a catalyst, forcing everyone to confront uncomfortable truths about loyalty, honesty, and the consequences of secrecy. The producers and camera crew were acutely aware of the gravity of the situation. While love and hip-hop thrives on drama, the emotional stakes in this instance were particularly high. Capturing the authenticity of reactions while also ensuring the safety and well-being of the cast required careful planning and sensitivity. Behind the cameras, production staff discussed how to navigate filming these emotional moments, weighing the entertainment value against ethical responsibility. The footage being captured wasn't just content for the show, it was a document of raw human emotion, conflict, and vulnerability. Meanwhile, fans were active across all social media platforms, dissecting every clip and speculating about the fallout. Hashtags related to Claressa, Papoose, and Remy trended, with audiences passionately debating who was justified, who was hurt, and who had navigated the situation poorly. Some fans empathized with Remy, praising her emotional honesty and strong reactions, while others admired Claressa's courage for finally speaking the truth. Every post, tweet, and comment further fueled the fire, turning what was already a personal confrontation into a global conversation. In the house, the tension eventually boiled over into a series of small confrontations and emotional exchanges. Remy, driven by a mixture of hurt and the need for clarity, confronted Claressa directly, demanding answers and expressing her feelings without restraint. Claressa, maintaining composure, responded candidly, explaining her motives, the complexity of the situation, and her intentions moving forward. The exchange was intense, charged with emotion, and deeply personal. Every statement revealed layers of vulnerability, mistrust, and the difficulty of managing interpersonal relationships in such a high-pressure environment. Other cast members were drawn into the discussions, some acting as mediators, others expressing their own frustrations, and a few choosing to distance themselves from the escalating drama. The energy in the house became a volatile mix of confrontation, reflection, and strategic communication. Each conversation had the potential to shift loyalties, reshape relationships, and influence the direction of the season. The revelation about Claressa and Papoose was not a contained incident. It was a catalyst that would affect every dynamic in the house for weeks to come. By nightfall, the house had settled into a tentative calm, but the tension was far from resolved. Cast members retreated to their private spaces, reflecting on the events of the day and considering their next moves. Trust had been challenged, emotions had been laid bare, and the trajectory of relationships had been altered irrevocably. The confession had forced everyone to confront their feelings, assess loyalties, and prepare for ongoing repercussions. Every decision made in these quiet moments would have consequences that extended far beyond the house walls. The episode ended with unresolved tension, leaving viewers on edge and eager for the next installment. Claressa's admission, Remy Ma's reaction, and the subsequent fallout had set the stage for further confrontations, deeper emotional exploration, and continued drama. The narrative was far from over. In fact, it was only beginning. Fans were left questioning how relationships would evolve, who would forgive, who would retaliate, and what new revelations might surface. The intensity of the moment, combined with the complexity of the interpersonal dynamics, ensured that this storyline would remain a central point of discussion for the season. The day following the explosive confrontation between Claressa Shields and Remy Ma was charged with a lingering tension that seemed impossible to shake. The revelation of Claressa's relationship with Papoose had left emotional ripples throughout the love and hip-hop house, and everyone was feeling the effects. Even mundane interactions carried an undercurrent of scrutiny, as if every glance and every word was being evaluated for hidden meaning. Trust had been shaken, loyalties questioned, and the cast now had to navigate a complicated landscape of emotions, allegiances, and unresolved conflict. Remy Ma, still processing the situation, oscillated between feelings of hurt, betrayal, and frustration. She had prided herself on loyalty and honesty, yet the revelation challenged her understanding of the people closest to her. Behind the cameras, she reflected on the events, replaying Claressa's words and Papoose's role in the situation. While anger was her initial response, there was also a layer of introspection. Remy Ma's strong personality meant she had to weigh her emotions carefully before confronting Claressa again, aware that anything she said would be scrutinized not only by those in the house, but by millions of viewers watching from around the world. Claressa, for her part, recognized the weight of her decision to come forward. The confession was meant to bring clarity and honesty, yet it had unleashed a wave of scrutiny and speculation. She spent hours trying to navigate the fallout, speaking with cast members, attempting to explain her intentions, and expressing regret over the secrecy that had caused tension. While some accepted her honesty, others remained skeptical, unsure whether the revelation had been fully transparent or strategically timed for dramatic effect. Claressa's challenge was not simply in managing interpersonal relationships, it was in maintaining authenticity while facing public judgment. Papoose found himself caught in a delicate balance. His relationship with Claressa had always existed within a complex network of personal ties, and the public exposure brought with it immediate scrutiny and pressure. He attempted to mediate conversations, provide context, and ensure that misunderstandings were addressed, but his presence often intensified emotions rather than diffusing them. Each interaction carried significance, as cast members analyzed his intentions, his loyalty, and his influence on the unfolding drama. Papoose had to carefully navigate the situation to avoid further complicating relationships, while also protecting his own reputation and credibility. As the day progressed, more private conversations emerged among the cast. Some sought to mediate, attempting to calm tempers and restore stability, while others voiced opinions that reflected lingering doubts or personal grievances. Alliances that had seemed unshakable were tested, and friendships were scrutinized under the lens of Claressa's revelation. The confrontation had become more than a simple disclosure. It was a turning point that demanded emotional accountability and careful navigation of trust, loyalty, and boundaries. The cameras captured every moment, documenting the raw emotional landscape of the house. From whispered conversations to heated discussions, the footage revealed the complexity of human emotion and the intricate web of relationships within the cast. Production staff worked to balance capturing authenticity with ensuring that moments of intense vulnerability were handled responsibly. This was reality television at its most compelling, unscripted, unpredictable, and emotionally charged. Each frame told a story, each reaction revealed a truth, and each confrontation carried weight far beyond the immediate moment. Social media played a critical role in shaping the ongoing conversation. Fans dissected Claressa's admission, Remy Ma's responses, and Papoose's involvement, creating debates that extended far beyond the confines of the show. Hashtags trended as viewers weighed in on who was justified, who was hurt, and who had acted appropriately. The digital conversation added another layer to the drama, making it clear that the fallout was not confined to the house, but had expanded into a global discussion. Every comment, post, and video analysis contributed to the narrative, influencing perceptions and shaping the cultural conversation surrounding the show. As evening fell, the cast gathered for a mediated discussion aimed at addressing lingering tensions. This session provided an opportunity for clarification, reflection, and attempted reconciliation. Claressa reaffirmed her honesty, explaining her motives and acknowledging the impact of her actions on those around her. Remy Ma expressed her feelings candidly, voicing the hurt and frustration she had experienced while also acknowledging moments of understanding and empathy. Papoose facilitated the conversation, attempting to bridge gaps and encourage constructive dialogue. The session was intense, emotionally charged, and deeply revealing, highlighting the challenges of managing personal relationships in a high-stakes public environment. Despite efforts at resolution, the situation remained complex. Trust had been tested, and while some wounds began to heal, others lingered. The revelation of Claressa's relationship with Papoose had altered the dynamics of the house permanently, forcing cast members to reevaluate priorities, boundaries, and alliances. Each interaction following the admission was informed by the events, with cast members carefully considering their words, actions, and loyalties. The confrontation had acted as a catalyst for self-reflection, relationship reassessment, and ongoing negotiation of interpersonal dynamics. The episode concluded with unresolved tension and anticipation for what would come next. Viewers were left questioning the future of the relationships involved. Could Remy Ma forgive? Would Claressa and Papoose continue their relationship under scrutiny? How would trust be rebuilt? And what further challenges awaited the cast? The narrative was far from over, promising ongoing drama, emotional exploration, and revelations that would continue to captivate audiences. Fans were left eager for the next installment, anticipating the fallout, confrontations, and resolutions that would inevitably follow. Ultimately, Claressa Shields' admission and Remy Ma's reaction became defining moments in the season. The storyline explored themes of trust, loyalty, honesty, and accountability, offering viewers not only entertainment, but a window into complex human emotions and relationships. As the season progressed, the impact of this revelation would continue to unfold, shaping interactions, influencing decisions, and leaving an indelible mark on the love and hip-hop narrative. What started as a secret relationship had evolved into a pivotal, unforgettable chapter, one that fans would discuss, analyze, and remember for years to come. The explosive revelation of Claressa Shields' relationship with Papoose has left the love and hip-hop world buzzing, and now it's your chance to weigh in. The drama, tension, and emotions captured on camera have sparked endless conversations online, but we want to hear your perspective. How do you feel about Claressa's admission? Was it the right move to come forward publicly, or should she have handled the situation differently? What do you think of Remy Ma's reaction? Justified, intense, or over the top? Your opinion matters, and the discussion is far from over. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Engage with other viewers, debate the implications, and let your voice be heard. Every comment, like, and share contributes to the conversation, helping fans from around the world dissect the drama and understand the complex relationships at play. Who do you think navigated the situation best, and who needs to reflect on their actions? Your insights could provide new angles and spark further discussion, keeping the dialogue alive and engaging for everyone. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss the latest developments in this unfolding drama. Love and hip hop is packed with twists, confrontations, and shocking revelations. And staying connected ensures that you will be the first to see every explosive moment as it happens. By subscribing, you gain exclusive access to all the updates, behind the scenes insights, and in depth analysis of the events shaping the cast's lives. Follow us on social media for even more engagement. From Instagram and Twitter to TikTok, our community of fans is dissecting every detail of Claressa and Papoose's revelation and Remy Ma's reaction. Join the conversation, participate in polls, and interact with other fans to see how your perspective aligns with the broader community. Your engagement helps create a vibrant space where opinions are shared, insights are discussed, and the drama continues to unfold in real time. Finally, stay tuned for future content that will explore the aftermath of this shocking revelation. We'll dive into the evolving relationships, examine the impact on trust and loyalty, and cover the ongoing consequences for everyone involved. Love and hip-hop drama doesn't end with one confession. It continues to grow, surprise, and captivate viewers. Don't just watch the story unfold. Be part of the conversation, share your insights, and engage with the community as we track every twist and turn in this unforgettable saga.